Welcome everyone. Today, we're exploring some of the rarest and most valuable Lincoln Wheat Pennies ever minted. These historic coins hold incredible stories, hidden value, and timeless charm, a true treasure for every collector. Stay tuned, because what may look like just an old penny could be worth far more than you imagine. First up, imagine holding a piece of American history in your hand, a humble copper coin from 1935, worn by time, darkened by age, yet still carrying the quiet dignity of a bygone era. The 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark is one of those coins that, even in dirty or heavily circulated condition, tells a story far beyond its face value. For collectors and enthusiasts alike, this coin isn't just another cent from the early 20th century. It's a symbol of America's resilience during the years following the Great Depression, a tangible reminder of the nation's recovery and the enduring craftsmanship of U.S. coinage. Despite its modest origins, the 1935 no-mint mark penny remains an enduring favorite in the numismatic world, especially when found in rare conditions or with distinct age marks that give it character and uniqueness. The year 1935 was a period of cautious optimism in the United States. The country was still finding its footing after the economic turmoil of the Great Depression, and people clung to every bit of hope the improving economy could offer. During this time, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia produced millions of Lincoln Wheat Pennies, coins that passed through countless hands, carrying the daily struggles and small victories of ordinary Americans. There was no mint mark on these pennies, as was customary for Philadelphia issues. Though millions were minted, most circulated heavily and suffered the wear of everyday use. The surviving examples in collectible condition are far fewer today, and even those that remain dirty, corroded, or heavily worn still hold immense historical value because they represent an era when every cent truly mattered. The design of the 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny carries a classic beauty that has stood the test of time. On the obverse side, you'll find the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, sculpted by Victor David Brenner, a design first introduced in 1909 and still beloved by collectors. The words "In God We Trust" arch across the top, while Liberty sits proudly to the left of Lincoln's bust and the date, 1935, rests to the right. On the reverse, two sheaves of wheat frame the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, with the motto EPLURIBUSUNUM above them. Even when covered in dirt or patina, the raised details of the wheat stalks and Lincoln's profile can remain surprisingly sharp, adding to the coin's charm. Many collectors appreciate these older pieces in uncleaned form, as the natural tunning and grime tell the story of a coin that has truly lived through time. What makes the 1935 no-mint mark wheat penny particularly intriguing is its survival rate in specific conditions. While circulated examples are common, finding one with original surfaces, even if dirty or heavily toned, has become more difficult. Most surviving pennies have been cleaned, polished, or damaged over the decades. The ones left untouched, those with natural oxidation, genuine wear, and original patina, hold greater historical authenticity. The coin's rarity is not necessarily in its mintage number, but rather in the preservation of its integrity. A coin that has remained unaltered since its minting in the mid-1930s has survived almost 90 years of circulation and storage, making it a small but valuable relic of its time. Among Lincoln Wheat Pennies, the 1935 Philadelphia issue has gained respect for its place in the transition between the early and later wheat designs. Collectors often seek this coin as part of completing the 1909-1958 Wheat Penny series, and while it may not boast a dramatic mint era or ultra-low mintage, it stands out for its clean, balanced design and historical significance. The fact that many 1935 pennies were struck slightly off-center or with weaker reverse details adds to their individual character. In addition, coins found in truly dirty, original condition often appeal to those who prefer authenticity over perfection. collectors who value the story of where the coin has been rather than just how it looks. That makes the 1935 no-mint mark penny a sentimental favorite in the hobby. In today's collector market, the 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark can command a surprising value depending on its preservation and overall eye appeal. Even in dirty or heavily circulated condition, a genuine unaltered example can bring prices starting around $650 and rising toward $4,300 for coins that retain strong details or exhibit naturally attractive toning. Those graded in higher circulated grades, or with original luster still peeking through the dirt, often appeal to seasoned collectors who understand the rarity of finding an untouched specimen. On the other hand, fully uncirculated or red-brown examples can reach even higher prices, though the true charm of this issue lies in its connection to the real-world history of 1930s America, where every coin earned was a testament to hard work and survival. For those interested in collecting this coin, the best approach is patience and attention to detail. Look for coins that have not been harshly cleaned or artificially brightened, as original surface texture and natural color are highly prized. Study the strike quality, especially the wheat ears and Lincoln's hairline, to gauge how well the coin was struck. Grading is key. Even a dirty coin can be graded accurately based on wear patterns and surface condition. Search through old coin rolls, estate collections, or inherited jars where older coins might still hide unnoticed. Sometimes, the best finds are the ones that appear the least impressive at first glance. The 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny stands as a beautiful reminder of America's endurance through hardship and recovery, a coin that represents both history and humanity in a single piece of copper. Whether found in gleaming condition or buried under years of grime, it remains a cherished collectible for those who value authenticity and history over perfection. Its appeal crosses generations, from those who remember the wheat penny in daily use to new collectors discovering it for the first time. And as we close the story of the 1935 no-mint mark penny, stay tuned, because in our next video, we'll uncover another hidden treasure from the world of rare American coins, one that might just surprise you with its extraordinary story and value. Next up, among the many treasures in American numismatics, the 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark stands out as a coin of quiet prestige and historical depth. While it may not immediately appear extraordinary, this penny holds an enduring fascination for collectors due to its connection with a world on the brink of monumental change. Minted in Philadelphia, the 1941 wheat penny marks the dawn of a new era, the final years before America entered World War II and before the U.S. mints wartime adjustments to coinage metals. Today, this unassuming cent has become a symbol of both pre-war craftsmanship and mid-century resilience, making it one of the most desirable early 1940s issues for those who collect with an eye for history and meaning. The story of the 1941 penny is intertwined with the turbulent yet industrious atmosphere of early 1940s America. The nation was still recovering from the Great Depression, industries were rebuilding, and public morale was cautiously hopeful. As tensions grew in Europe and Asia, the United States remained officially neutral, but the machinery of progress was already turning. During this year, the Philadelphia Mint struck over 887 million Lincoln cents, continuing the wheat penny series that had begun in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin had already become an American icon by this point, representing honesty, perseverance, and national pride. The 1941 issue, produced before the steel cent experiment of 1943, stands as one of the last bronze-copper wheat pennies of the pre-war period, giving it a special place in both historical and numismatic timelines. At first glance, the 1941 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny displays the familiar elegance that defines the series, yet it possesses subtleties that collectors greatly admire. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's right-facing portrait is surrounded by the inscriptions "In God We Trust" above, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1941 to the right, all rendered in crisp classical type. The reverse features two stylized wheat stalks curving gracefully along the edges, framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, while EPLURIBUS UNUM arches above them. The composition is simple yet perfectly balanced, with every detail reflecting Brenner's artistic intent to celebrate the dignity of labor and the strength of American values. When found in high-grade condition, with original red luster still shimmering across its surfaces, this coin reveals the full beauty of early 20th century minting craftsmanship, a blend of artistry and symbolism that continues to captivate collectors today. Despite its seemingly large mintage, the 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark has become increasingly rare in exceptional condition. Most examples entered circulation quickly and saw decades of use, leaving behind countless heavily worn or corroded pieces. However, those few that survived uncirculated, often tucked away in wartime savings jars or forgotten coin rolls, now represent a small fraction of the original production. Certain varieties, such as the 1941 doubled die obverse, where Lincoln's profile or the inscription show subtle doubling, have added a layer of desirability among era collectors. Coins with strong strikes, minimal contact marks, and brilliant red or red-brown luster command top attention at auctions. The rarity is not in the sheer number minted, but in how few remain untouched by time, preserving the integrity of their original surfaces. Market values for the 1941 no-mint mark wheat penny have steadily appreciated as collectors increasingly recognize its pre-war historical importance and aesthetic charm. While average circulated pieces remain affordable, high-grade examples have achieved notable premiums. A brilliant red gem, graded MS66 or higher, can fetch anywhere from $720 to $4,800, depending on strike quality and eye appeal. Era varieties, such as the double die, can exceed these figures in competitive bidding. The strong demand among Lincoln Series collectors, coupled with the historical intrigue of the early 1940s minting years, ensures that the coin remains a cornerstone for both seasoned numismatists and new investors entering the market. Its consistent price appreciation reflects the growing interest in tangible assets that embody cultural and historical value, rather than mere rarity alone. For collectors seeking to add this historic penny to their collection, careful evaluation and authentication are key. The first rule is to prioritize originality. Coins that have retained their natural color, without cleaning or chemical alteration, are far more valuable than artificially brightened pieces. Certification by trusted grading services such as PCGS or NGC is essential for establishing authenticity and market confidence, particularly for high-value examples or potential era varieties. Collectors should store these coins in protective holders that limit air exposure to prevent further oxidation, ideally in a controlled environment away from moisture. For acquisition, reputable dealers, coin shows, and established auction houses remain the safest avenues. The 1941 penny, due to its popularity, also appears in estate sales and family collections, where uncirculated finds occasionally emerge. Part of what gives the 1941 wheat penny its timeless allure is its dual nature. It is both accessible and elite. Beginners can find circulated examples easily and affordably, while experts chase the rarest mint-state survivors that bring four-figure prices. This versatility has made it a unifying coin in the collecting community, bridging generations of hobbyists. It tells a story not only of America's past, but also of the enduring fascination with small objects that hold vast meaning. Every scratch, tone, or imperfection on its surface whispers a tale from the early 20th century of the hands that held it, the pockets it traveled through, and the times it witnessed. The 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny, without a mint mark, endures as a beloved emblem of American heritage, artistry, and perseverance. Its legacy reaches beyond its metal composition. It represents a snapshot of pre-war optimism and craftsmanship that has survived for over 8 decades. For collectors, it offers more than monetary value. It offers connection to history, to art, and to the timeless pursuit of discovery. As the numismatic world continues to evolve, this coin remains a steadfast reminder of where it all began. And as we turn the page to our next story, we'll explore another remarkable treasure hidden within the world of U.S. coinage, one that carries its own tale of rarity, beauty, and value waiting to be revealed. Next up, the 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny, without a mint mark, is one of the most fascinating and historically rich coins in American numismatics, embodying both wartime necessity and post-war optimism. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin represents more than just another issue in the long-running Lincoln Cent series. It captures the transition from crisis to stability during one of the most defining moments in U.S. history. Collectors have long admired the 1944 penny for its distinctive characteristics and its place in the narrative of World War II, making it one of the most sought-after Lincoln Wheat pennies of the 1940s. Its popularity stems not only from its age or beauty, but also from the story of how America adapted its coinage during an era when every resource was vital to the war effort. The year 1944 was a remarkable time in U.S. history. With World War II nearing its end, the nation's industrial focus remained heavily on military production. The Lincoln Cent had undergone a temporary material change in 1943 when the mint struck pennies in zinc-coated steel to conserve copper for wartime use. However, in 1944, copper returned, this time sourced largely from recycled shell casings and wartime scrap metal. The Philadelphia Mint, which did not use a mint mark, produced an enormous number of these copper cents, continuing the legacy of Victor David Brenner's iconic design honoring Abraham Lincoln. The reintroduction of the copper alloy after a single year of steel cents was met with relief and enthusiasm from the public, as people preferred the familiar look and feel of the traditional bronze penny. The 1944 issue, therefore, symbolizes the resilience of American industry and the nation's gradual return to normalcy. Visually, the 1944 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny retains all the classic details of Brenner's celebrated design. On the obverse, the noble bust of Abraham Lincoln faces right, with "In God We Trust" gracefully arched above his head, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1944 to the right. The reverse showcases 2 wheat stalks curving inward toward the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, framed by the enduring national motto EPLURIBUSUNUM. The coin's composition, 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, gives it a warm reddish-brown tone that deepens beautifully with age. When preserved in uncirculated or near-mint condition, the penny exhibits stunning luster and sharp detail, with Lincoln's profile and the wheat ears appearing almost sculptural under proper light. Collectors value these coins for their visual appeal, particularly those with full, even color and minimal signs of wear. While the 1944 Philadelphia Wheat Penny is not rare in the sense of mintage numbers, its rarity lies in the survival of pristine examples and in certain extraordinary errors that occurred during production. Over 1.4 billion coins were struck that year, yet finding one in truly high mint state condition with full red color is significantly less common than the numbers suggest. Moreover, the 1944 series produced one of the most famous minting errors in U.S. history, the 1944 steel cent. Due to leftover planchets from the previous year's production, a small number of 1943 steel blanks were accidentally struck with the 1944 dies. These rare steel versions, often mistaken for common coins, have fetched tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Even among regular copper issues, subtle die variations and strong strikes elevate certain specimens above others, making them highly collectible. The market value of the 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark varies widely based on condition, luster, and eye appeal, but high-grade examples command impressive premiums. Circulated pieces are common and modestly priced, but uncirculated red specimens graded MS-66 or above can sell anywhere between $880 and $4,600, depending on demand and certification. Coins with exceptional color preservation or those struck with strong details on both sides are especially desirable. Over the past decade, prices for top-quality examples have shown consistent growth, fueled by both collector enthusiasm and investor interest in tangible, historically meaningful assets. The coin's connection to World War II adds another layer of emotional value, often motivating collectors to pay more for well-preserved examples that visually represent the era's craftsmanship. For collectors interested in acquiring this iconic coin, knowledge and careful observation are essential. First, it is crucial to ensure authenticity, especially when dealing with the rare steel-era variety or unusually high-grade examples. Trusted grading services like PCGS and NGC can confirm authenticity, assign a numerical grade, and provide encapsulation for long-term preservation. When evaluating a coin, look closely at the color. Full red examples are far rarer and more valuable than red-brown or brown ones. Avoid cleaned or polished coins, as their surfaces often lose the original mint luster and suffer in market value. Store the coin in an airtight holder, away from humidity, to maintain its natural patina. Reputable coin shows, specialized dealers, and major auctions are often the best sources for premium 1944 wheat pennies. One of the most appealing aspects of the 1944 wheat penny is its broad accessibility. Beginners can start with affordable circulated examples, while advanced collectors pursue the highest mint state grades or elusive era varieties. It's a coin that bridges generations, allowing anyone to own a tangible piece of wartime history. Many collectors report the 1944 penny as one of their first discoveries in childhood coin jars, only to later realize its deeper historical significance and value. The mixture of nostalgia, artistry, and genuine scarcity in pristine condition makes it a staple in Lincoln cent collections worldwide. In essence, the 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark is more than a coin. It is a relic of American perseverance, artistry, and renewal. Its story mirrors that of a nation emerging from conflict and rediscovering its strength. Whether admired for its design, valued for its rarity, or treasured for its connection to history, it continues to captivate collectors of every generation. Its market value remains strong, its desirability undiminished, and its symbolism timeless. And as we move forward, stay tuned for the next chapter in our exploration of rare and valuable coins, another extraordinary piece of American history that holds secrets of its own, waiting to be discovered. Next up, the 1947 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark holds a unique position in American coinage. A small, copper artifact that represents the optimism and post-war resilience of the United States. Minted in Philadelphia, this coin carries with it the legacy of a nation stepping into an era of reconstruction, prosperity, and global influence following the end of World War II. For collectors, the 1947 no-mint mark penny is more than a piece of copper. It is a bridge between the wartime issues of the early 1940s and the industrial boom that followed. Its historical significance, combined with the quality of its strike and distinctive mint characteristics, has elevated it into a sought-after collectible within the Lincoln Wheat Penny series, admired for both its artistry and its story. In the broader context of history, the 1947 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted during a time when the United States was experiencing dramatic economic and cultural transformation. The war had ended 2 years prior, and the country's focus was now on rebuilding industries, expanding infrastructure, and adapting to peacetime production. The Philadelphia Mint, responsible for striking coins without a mint mark, produced over 190 million of these pennies in 1947, ensuring that the nation's growing population and flourishing economy had enough circulating currency. This coin marked one of the final years before subtle design modifications would modernize the cent's appearance in the 1950s. To collectors, the 1947 penny captures the essence of post-war America, a period defined by innovation, ambition, and renewed confidence in the nation's future. The design of the 1947 no-mint mark wheat penny, created by sculptor Victor David Brenner, remains one of the most enduring and recognizable in American coinage. The obverse features the dignified portrait of Abraham Lincoln, symbolizing leadership and moral strength. Above Lincoln's head reads the timeless motto, "In God we trust," while liberty appears to his left and the date, 1947, to the right. On the reverse, two elegantly curved wheat stalks encircle the words 1 cent and United States of America, representing agricultural prosperity and the backbone of the nation's economy. The composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc lends the coin its rich reddish hue, which can vary from bright orange red in mint condition to deep chocolate tones in circulated examples. In high grades, the coin's reflective luster and crisp detailing make it an exceptional visual piece that continues to impress collectors today. Rarity plays a significant role in the 1947 Lincoln Wheat Penny's desirability, but its scarcity is not purely a matter of mintage. It lies in condition and variety. While millions were struck, most circulated heavily in post-war America, losing their mint luster and sharpness through decades of daily use. However, pristine uncirculated examples, particularly those graded red, RD, by professional grading services, are much harder to find and command substantial premiums. Some rare die variations exist, including minor doubled die obverses and repunched mint marks on error planchets mistakenly left from previous years, though these are exceedingly scarce in the Philadelphia issue. The difficulty in locating a flawless example, especially with original red coloration and no carbon spotting, has made the 1947 no-mint mark penny a coin of quiet prestige among those completing full wheat penny sets. The market value of the 1947 Philadelphia Lincoln Wheat Penny has grown steadily, reflecting both its historical context and enduring charm. Circulated examples remain modestly priced, but high-grade mint state coins, particularly those with exceptional color and strike quality, can sell for impressive sums. A top-graded red specimen, for instance, can command prices ranging from $930 to $4,700, depending on certification, surface quality, and collector demand. Coins that exhibit brilliant luster and virtually no contact marks often draw competitive bidding in auctions, while those with eye-catching natural tunning add a layer of aesthetic appeal that can further boost value. As collectors increasingly seek early post-war issues in top condition, the 1947 penny has proven itself a sound investment for both historical and financial reasons. For collectors eager to acquire this piece of Americana, attention to detail and proper authentication are vital. Because so many of these pennies circulated, distinguishing truly mint-state examples requires a trained eye. Look for full, sharp wheat stalks on the reverse and clear definition in Lincoln's hair and cheek. Coins with bright, even red coloration are especially desirable. Avoid those that appear overly shiny or unnaturally bright, as they may have been cleaned, a process that greatly diminishes value. Always consider professional grading and encapsulation through respected services such as PCGS or NGC, which not only confirm authenticity, but also preserve the coin's condition for decades to come. Storing the coin in a cool, dry environment, ideally within an inert holder or capsule, will protect it from oxidation and environmental damage. What makes the 1947 wheat penny particularly appealing is its balance of accessibility and historical gravitas. It is a coin that welcomes newcomers to numismatics while offering depth and nuance to seasoned collectors. For some, it represents nostalgia, a reminder of a time when Lincoln cents still passed through every American hand. For others, it is an artifact of craftsmanship and national spirit, showcasing the mint's ability to produce beauty even in the smallest denomination. Its copper glow, intricate details, and enduring symbolism embody the ideals of a nation rebuilding itself from war and looking forward to prosperity. In conclusion, the 1947 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark is far more than a piece of old currency. It is a story struck in copper. It reflects a nation's rebirth, the artistic brilliance of Brenner's design, and the timeless value that collectors continue to find in the smallest of coins. Its scarcity and pristine condition, coupled with its historical importance, ensures its place among the notable mid-century issues in American numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey, this coin stands as a reminder that even the most ordinary objects can hold extraordinary meaning. And as we move ahead, stay tuned. Our next exploration reveals another remarkable wheat penny whose history and rarity shine just as brightly in the fascinating world of U.S. coins.